Tents and summer usually mean camping, adventure, and a lifetime of memories. But the occupants in these tents may want to forget.
I had lost a job, pretty much was dealing with some substance abuse issues at the time, because suffering from PTSD, depression.
Chris Adams is an Army veteran, joining the military in 2007. He served about 7 years and says he had 2 tours, one in Iraq, the other in Kuwait. But Chris is still facing one of his most challenging battles right here at home and is living at the Roof Above Men's Shelter.
Technically, for me, being homeless is like, I just don't have my own place. I done had to save up money, stay in hotels and things like that.
Chris says in addition to PTSD and substance abuse, a bad relationship sent him in the downward spiral that's put him on the street off and on for the past several years. But he says his children, just 6 and 4, are his motivation for picking his life back up.
Yeah, that's my world right there. Yeah. That's one thing that really keeps me going, though.
Employment is one of the most important steps to end homelessness. Chris takes the bus to his job at Atrium Health in Pineville. He works 8 straight days and then is off for 2.
It's good to have a job at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Americans is out of work. And I know it's difficult, though, especially obviously with my situation. I know finances and things can kind of get tight at times. So, yeah, it's a lot to juggle.
Thousands of homeless can relate. The nonprofit Roof Above says more than 3,000 people were homeless in Mecklenburg County as of June 30th, a dilemma made even worse by the pandemic. As a result, the tents are hard to miss uptown. Like so many communities across the country, here is Charlotte's tent city, and you can spot it simply by driving by and looking out the window near North College and Tryon Streets. A police tower has also recently been added. It all provides a stark contrast to the background of towering buildings that display the Queen City's success and wealth. The homeless here all have different stories but face many of the same challenges, dealing with where they are, planning a pathway to get out, and dreaming of where they want to be. It is a crisis the people who work for the organization Veterans Bridge Home see every day. For veterans, they say homelessness can be an especially cruel irony.
Those veterans out there who did serve their country, they joined probably to improve their circumstances. And they find themselves back home or in their new adopted home, and they haven't had that promise fulfilled yet.
Steve Cole says Chris is one of about 200 homeless veterans in Mecklenburg County. He just recently reached out to the organization for help.
Chris is just at the beginning. You know, the first step is identify the veteran that has a need. Have them reach out and say, I need some help. And then we got him into at least a safe place to be. You know, he still is on a journey to get where his family can be together.
My obligation is pretty much go to work, do what I'm supposed to do, and save up a certain amount of money, and then see if I can get partnered up with any other agencies that could probably help with like subsidized housing.
Chris says his military training has also helped by teaching him structure, leadership, teamwork, and self-discipline.
Having, good sergeants that I had to work with in the military, that helps too as well, because they was kind of like our daddy figures, so to speak. They was, just firm, strict, but hey, they set up the proper guidelines to keep us balanced, keep us going in the right track, though.
Finding a home will also allow Chris to do the one thing he loves more than anything else, be a dad and have his children stay with him.
When I'm not working and I have a day off, that's usually the days that I get to really sit there and spend time with them. The difficult thing for me, though, is, not necessarily having a father figure and then having to adapt and learn what it is to be a father, and a mentor to them.
Chris says he hopes to show others that you can't give up. That's what his life is about today, not giving up. He says serving 2 tours in the Middle East gave him perspective on living conditions and how he copes with life today. And by reaching out for help, he knows he's also no longer alone.
And so we're going to continue to work with him and find every resource that's available in our community to support him and his family.
It all starts and ends with you, though. As far as your mindset and your willingness to get out of a situation.
For this veteran, the harsh realities of life today are temporary, as he looks forward to a future where his hard work and dedication will pay off. He may not yet have a home, but he does believe he's already building a strong foundation. For Carolina Impact, I'm Todd Wallace reporting.